Hey, Student Life family, I'm Jared, and I serve as the director of Student Life Camp and Student Life Kids Camp. And I have with me here today Lacey, who serves on our team as my lead event coordinator. And so in this video, Lacey and I are going to walk you through the Student Life participant list process.
We realize this can often be the most daunting part of camp prep, but we're here to help.
All right, to get started, let's actually back up and talk about what comes before the participant list. Our new participant list system now includes an initial landing page, which is showing you everything from your current registration number to other important deadlines, all in one easy view. Now, this is how you will access your participant list. Your landing page can be accessed from studentlife.com/myregistration or studentlifekidscamp.com/myregistration. Now, the buttons at the bottom of the screen offer several helpful camp prep actions. But first, we're going to focus on the button titled Participant List.
The first section you'll see in your participant list is waivers received and ready to add to list. Here, you'll see the names of your participants from your group that have completed a waiver and release form, but are not officially on your list yet. This feature adds people to camp simply by checking the box beside each name and choosing Add Selected. With this feature, you will still need to assign each participant a roommate code and life group number after you move them to your list. But their information such as name, grade, gender, and status will be moved for you. We highly recommend using this feature to add participants to your list. Since everyone attending camp must have a completed waiver, only adding names to your list once a waiver is filled out is a really great way to double check that everyone in your group has completed their paperwork. This will ensure a smooth check-in process for you as a group leader at camp. If you have ever had to call parents to get them to fill a waiver out last minute, you get it. Next, under church agreement and list options, you can sign your church agreement once you've completed your participant list, change the email or phone number associated with your camp registration, or upload your own list of attendees using an Excel template. This is a great option if you are already keeping up with your camp attendees using your own spreadsheets and want to just transfer that information into our system. This is also where you'll be able to tell us if you have any ADA or handicap accessible needs during your week of camp. The next details section has just that, details regarding your registration for your week of camp. And finally, the quick add section provides a space for you to add names to your participant list one by one. Simply add the required information and click add. Just remember, misspelled names or incorrect grades will not match appropriately with waivers. If you see a waiver has been received but does not match, ensure the legal name is spelled correctly and the grade matches with the corresponding waiver on the participant list. Additionally, the Add New button below this section works similarly to the Quick Add feature.
Okay, let's dive into the actual participant list section. This is where, through whatever means you choose to fill in your participant information, your final list will be created. Now remember, we highly recommend using the waivers received and ready to add feature. Now, to modify an existing participant, click the Edit Participant List option. This will open up your entire list for editing, and when you're finished, you can click the Exit List Editing button. Now, to delete someone from your list, choose the Delete option, and they will be removed. All right, let's talk about two fields that are assigned at your discretion based on the needs of your group. Those are roommate codes and life group numbers. Now, roommate codes are how you tell us who you would like to be roommates at camp. You just begin with the letter A for each gender, and then our staff will take that and use those pairs to go ahead and place everyone into rooms, keeping roommate pairs together. Now, as always, changes can be made prior to check-in day. Just simply reply to the email from your housing coordinator with any changes that you would like to make. Next, life group numbers are assigned based on how you would like your group to be divided into life groups at camp. We recommend keeping these groups between 8 and 12 people, and each group must include an adult life group leader, or LL, as it appears in your status dropdown. Life groups start with the number 1, and you may have as many life group numbers as needed for your group. Once you have everyone in your group accounted for, all required information assigned, and don't forget to include yourself on the list, you can click the Send Completed List button to lock in your participant list. You are required to lock in your list no later than 14 days before camp or 35 days before Flex Camp. Now, we know changes can occur between locking your list and the first day of camp. So the Quick Add section will become a place to submit changes once the list has already been locked. Now remember, you can only add as space allows in your camp. Changes will be received by our team and will not be officially applied to your registration until we approve them. Okay, I'm gonna give this next one to Lacey, and she's gonna go over the final 2 columns on the participant list. And you might have noticed these columns are not available to edit.
The church agreement or CA column will change all your adults to received once the church agreement has been signed. You will see waiting by each adult's name until that form has been submitted. Campers will be shown as not applicable. This form can be found on your camp landing page or your church agreement section and cannot be submitted until after you submit your final participant list. If you add new adults to your participant list after submitting the form, simply click the link again to re-sign the form to include the new names. The waiver column lets you see who has submitted a waiver by showing a waiting or received status. Please remember that if you add attendees to the list manually, the waivers that are signed will try to find matches based on what you've inputted, using legal names and grades. Easily sort participants by who is still missing a waiver by clicking the arrows next to the word waiver. Our system will check for new waivers periodically and match any new received waivers to the corresponding participant list even after the list has been locked. A waiver status may not change to received immediately upon submission. Just give the system time and check back later to see an update.
And one more thing, don't forget our camp support coordinators and our housing coordinators will be with you every step of the way in this process. So if you have any questions, just reach out to us. And as always, we can't wait to see you at camp this summer.